Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Tanner, and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you are all well. I know it was a little bit of a crazy night last night. It was pretty funny. If you're not in a Discord, please join it. We were literally all sitting there, getting excited whilst the prices were dropping because we were expecting it to drop. I've been saying over the past few videos and in my live stream yesterday as well at around 6 p.m. I did say that what we were expecting was a big drop to come out of the market very soon. And, thankfully we did get it because we do understand that once we had this drop, we can just kind of start getting on with the movement back up, hopefully towards new all-time highs and everything. And in this video, I kind of want to discuss whether or not the bottom is in. And there's still so many like arguments of whether it is in or whether it's not in. It's so difficult to judge right now because a lot of charts are really like contradicting each other. But I want to kind of get into it anyway and just show you exactly what I'm seeing. Now, first things first, we were looking at the total altcoin market cap, right? What we wanted to do was to come back into this area right here, because that is ultimately what Bitcoin did as well, right? It came back into this area, and that is what we were expecting, a back test of this area, also to confirm that we were having an ABC correction. Your A coming down here, B back to the 0.702 as we discussed, and then your C leg to come anywhere into this red box would have made complete sense to me. Now, what did we end up doing? Well, we ended up literally pinpoint touching our box right there. I left it there the whole night and we were watching this chart. We broke below our previous low right there. And as you guys can see, we did ever so slightly come into it. Obviously, I wouldn't have minded coming anywhere into this range. Ideally, would have been looking at around the $1 trillion mark. But, we came right there to 1.016 trillion. Now, is that good enough? Arguably, yes, it is. That is good enough because, that does look like a good ABC correction to me. Your A coming down here, B there, your C leg has to go anywhere below A. And it did come back down here, pretty much pinpoint touching this area, which we were looking for. Okay, so that looked all fine to me. And then there was obviously a few more things that came into play, which kind of confirmed that the bottom could potentially be in, that being the volume coming in. One thing I've always said is that every time we have a capitulation, whenever we find that the bottom is in, what you would see is that the buy volume would exceed the sell volume. And that sell volume right there was our capitulation moment, where everything seemed to have been falling. So we did get huge buy volume come in here throughout the entire market. This is the XRP chart. You can see the same thing did happen with Luna right there. Big buy volume coming in, taking out the sell volume, and it's just kind of been grinding its way back up, right? The one thing that really kind of confused me, though, was the fact that everyone, including myself, had this target of 37,500 for Bitcoin to drop down into, because that was kind of the level that made sense as well. Because if we looked at what the total altcoin market cap was going to do, and then taking a look at Bitcoin, it seemed like it made sense for it to come down into that area. So if we take a look at Bitcoin right now, where we previously were was that low right there at $40,200, right? And the reason why we were looking at the $37,500 mark is because it would have taken us down into this area right here, where we had big bounces before to show big area of support. And at the time, the total altcoin market cap was up here as well. So what you would have expected is a big drop to come out of the total altcoin market cap, which it did, and that drop to actually take Bitcoin down to this area as well. Now, the one thing that confused me a little bit is that obviously we did not get this. We ended up dropping right there to around $39,600 and then having a big bounce. And if you look at Bitcoin on the hourly chart as well, Bitcoin had one of the biggest buy volumes that actually came in right there. Okay, so, again, is that good enough? Someone in my Discord made a very good point earlier to the fact that everyone, including myself, was looking at a target of 37,500, and usually what you want and what the market will do is usually very different, right? Maybe too many people were expecting this area to get hit, and then the market just kind of decided, no, I will just stop right there. Maybe people won't be able to fill their long bags. People won't be able to buy the dip because they would have had orders set down here, and it just didn't give it to us. So it's very difficult to kind of say with absolute certainty that this bottom is in. looking around the market, this looks absolutely fine to me. The total altcoin market cap coming back into this area, which we were discussing, with an ABC correction, with the B leg coming back to the 0.702 right there perfectly, and then dropping. Cool, that's done exactly what we were expecting to do. And then you've obviously got all the buy volume coming in all around the market. You can see this on the hourly chart throughout pretty much every altcoin, right? Including Bitcoin as well. It's just there. And as you can see right now, things are grinding its way back up. If we take everything off right here of the total altcoin market cap, you can see that we actually did manage to get right back above this level, and the daily close did come above where we initially capitulated from. So if I put that right there, if we look at the daily close, you can see we did close just above it. And we are now grinding our way back up. And this is exactly what you want to see. Now, to absolutely confirm that this bottom is in, what you usually have to see. So if I get our ABC correction right here, there's our ABC. And if I get our line and put it right there on B, to confirm that this bottom is in, what you would ideally want to see is a quick grind back up to B and then taking it out. Any kind of price action above this, even by the tiniest bit, would confirm that this bottom is in, right? So until this does actually happen, we can make our best guesses by looking around the market, the volume, the areas that it's come back into. Cool, that all absolutely lines up with me. However, to confirm that this is fully in, what would usually happen in an ABC correction is that you would see it pump back up towards B relatively quickly. I'm expecting within a few days, maybe a week, to hopefully get back to this area. It could obviously take a little bit longer, but ideally we just want to see a grind back up to this level, and then we take it out. Once we take this level out, we know that this bottom is in, and we can just kind of get on our way now and go. One thing I kept mentioning in the live stream yesterday was that, people were obviously going to get scared that it's a correction, but what people need to understand is that an ABC correction is very bullish, because what will happen after the C leg is bullish momentum back up. ABC corrections, you'll see them all the time come in, and it's just a sign of continuation to carry on going higher, right? I mean, if you look at something like Luna, which you guys know I'm very bullish on, I actually had buy orders, the Discord would know, I had buy orders set at $24.30. So literally right there. So thankfully I managed to get that in there, and it's just been grinding its way back up. We're at nearly $28 now. So again, very ideal stuff. This is the stuff you want to see when reversals happen. You want to see things just carry on going up. You want to see big buy volume coming in, and you just want to see the total altcoin market cap continue to give us green candles up. And that is what it's doing right now. Now, ideally, again, another sign which would make it pretty clear to me that the bottom is definitely in, would be if we start seeing some altcoins print, 50% candles up. If we see quite a few of them, ideally in the top 25, just start grinding their way up really high, potentially some making a new all-time high, breaking the 0.702, for example. These would be very, very good signs. Now, at this moment in time, if you want to ask me if I think the bottom is in, yes, I do. I do believe the bottom is in. Obviously, not financial advice or anything like that. However, I remain cautious. I just remain cautious, right? The only reason I remain cautious is because of Bitcoin coming down to 39,200. I didn't see that anywhere. I honestly did not see it anywhere. Like there's loads of like reliable traders I follow on Twitter, right? I got rid of all the hype people. I follow reliable people, and a lot of them were looking at that area as well of 37,500, or just anywhere between 37 and 38k. And we just didn't get down to that area. But then when you look at it technically on the charts and the areas it did come back down into, it looks fine. So it's more of a wait and see moment. But like I said, the thing that would ultimately definitely confirm it is if we get back above that B leg. So if you guys want to keep an eye on it yourself, this is the total altcoin market cap. You can find it on TradingView by typing in total 2. It'll just be that one right there. And you can see your ABC right there, and your B leg would be there. You can get your ABC correction if you go to this button here, and then you just click right there, Elliott correction wave ABC. And then that's the area we want to take out. Looking at the level, it's at 1.3 trillion. So we want to just kind of take that out. And like I said, I'm just expecting, if the bottom is in, I'm just expecting a little bit of that to happen. get around there, maybe play with it, because remember that is the 0.702, and then we smash through it. And then ultimately going into October, we should see some fun times. So that's what I'm looking at for at the moment. So yeah, I know obviously people want the answer of whether or not the bottom is certainly in. Crypto, there is never certainty with anything, so I cannot give you a certain answer. But looking at it from the best of my ability at this moment in time, I believe the bottom is in. I'm seeing signs that the bottom is in. If we start seeing something like the total altcoin market cap completely start, getting back below this level and falling, then yeah, maybe we'd have to discuss that again. Even if, like, obviously now we're printing some green candles, right? If this starts rolling over on itself and coming back down over here, that's not going to be ideal, because what usually happens after an ABC correction is big buy volume coming in, constant moves upwards, grinding back towards that B leg with no time to waste, and then ultimately breaking it, and then we're just going on our way. You don't want to see no mucking about in here for a long time and slowly just start breaking down again. No, that's not what you want to see. You just want to see some constant moves up, diagonally like that until we get up here and break it. Hopefully looking at the beginning of October to get some fun going. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys can see where my thinking is right now. Thankfully, we had that correction. Hopefully you was ready for it. You was mentally prepared for it. I done the live stream yesterday to mentally prepare people for it. And you should have seen it in the Discord. Literally, everyone was like, oh my God, keep going down, because we were waiting for it. And I'm like, 99.9% of every other Discord out there would be crapping themselves right now, would be asking why the price is dropping right now, whereas we're cheering for it to go down. It was great. So if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join it. The link to it is in the description below. Otherwise, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, remain cautious, but it looks good at the moment. If I see something different, I will update you straight away. Leave a like, subscribe, and join the Discord. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take it easy, people.